Any advice on what to do when I get to my first duty station? It's a very vague question. The most general advice, because we're talking to a general audience, so we want to give general advice. The most general advice that I can offer you: invest in relationships. Now, um, for most people, and again, that this is very vague information because it's a very vague and general audience. A lot of people subscribe to the label of introvert, and they find what I just said, you know, difficult. Difficult. You tell someone, "Hey, go to this networking event and work the room," and automatically you have people that hyperventilate and just lose it. I'm like, what does that even mean? Work the room. I am one of those people. I don't go to events and work a room. I find someone to debate with. I find people that I know, or typically the way I learn how to network is to ask a question and to become so interested in someone else, not waiting on someone to become interested in me. That's how I learn to make friends and to network with people, is simply ask them questions and to get to know them and be curious about their background and their experiences. And from there, you kind of establish a framework of giving first, because first of all, people love to talk about themselves. People love to talk about stuff. Back to the topic. Um, yeah, network. Most likely, again, I don't know your complete background as far as if you have dependents, wife, family, kids, husband, whatever. But in regards to networking, if you're in the dorms, you're at a place where you're surrounded by everyone that you will need to know in the Air Force. In regards to specific units that you have access to that lives next door to you, COVID will reveal your ability to network. Because when you out processing, you need somebody in the med group. You should know someone in the med group. You should know somebody on the flight line. You should know somebody in finance. You should know somebody in the personnel. You should know somebody everywhere around the base, because you should be networking at all times. Meaning, you should be able to out process on Snapchat, on Instagram, Facebook. But a lot of us, because we claim introversion, we're going to be sending emails to org boxes trying to get help, and you're going to get a response in 48 hours, and the response is going to be, "Please respond with your social." It's how it works. I'm at a place, gratefully, where I pretty much know someone everywhere. I know somebody in TMO. I know somebody in JAG, in the legal office, where I can send a text, I can send a snap, and get help and get answers. And it's really what the place you want to be at. Loneliness will find you if you do not say yes. Loneliness will find you. The dorms, um, it's very revealing about personalities, because you'll be surrounded by people all around, typically around the same age, a wide range, more or less. You have people 18 years old, fresh out of high school. You have people 39 years old, single, no kids, all y'all in the dorms. But one thing it will reveal about you is your ability to network. An easy way, a very easy way to network if you claim to be an introvert most of the time, an easy way to overcome that is simply say yes to every invite you ever get. Any volunteer opportunity, you say yes. Any party that you hear about, say yes. Any card game, any movie marathon, you say yes. Any trip downtown, any base trip that's being offered, you say yes. Anyone who needs help building something, cleaning up something, picking up trash, say yes. You will realize that by doing so, you're putting yourself in rooms that you would not normally be in, which gives you access to people you would not normally meet. And then once you get into those environments, you do, like I said, in regards to the networking, you ask questions. You're not there to be interviewed, you're there to interview. So anyone you come in contact with, you're asking them questions. Where do you work? What do you do? How long you been here? Where you from? You got family? How are they doing? They here? Where's your family from? Asking questions. Questions. Study how to ask questions. The ones I gave you are simple 5 to 10 easy questions that should just flow off the tongue when you meet somebody new. What's your AFSC? How long you been in? You planning on cross training? You getting out? You re-enlisting? Extending? Where have you been? Where you been stationed at? You deployed yet? Where'd you deploy? Ask questions. And you realize that it's not so much that they will have an interest in you, but because you had an interest in them, they will want to reciprocate. They will want to meet you halfway because it feels like you're going into debt if someone's interested in you. It's why the friend zone exists, because you have. It's almost uncomfortable to have people that like you that you don't like back. So you give them friendship to compensate. It doesn't give them what they want, but it gives them partially access to you. I'm not telling you to become friends or get in a relationship with everyone. I'm saying be curious about anyone that enters 10 square feet of where you're at and just find out where they work. Now you have at least an opportunity to have a POC in a given unit. Now you have an opportunity to just know someone that works somewhere. Get their Snapchats. People will give out their Snapchats like way quicker than they give out their number. People will give out their Snapchats before they give out their email address. Get their Snap. Get their IG. And you realize now when I have an issue, I can just send a Snap. Yo, you still work at the med group, right? Yo, bro, I'm trying to get my medical clearance, bro. You got a POC over there? Med group is a huge squadron. You just need one person that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. And then when you meet them, ask questions. When you have a dental appointment, ask questions. Form a network, talk. If you don't know what to say, ask a question. Be curious about that person and their career and their background. It's easy. It becomes easy. You go to finance, ask that person about their background. Become friends with that person. You go to personnel, ask them questions. Whoever's helping you, you're there to ask them questions. And by doing so, you'll wake up one day. I promise you'll wake up a year later from landing at your first duty station, and you will know 3 people at every squadron on base. Because first of all, the Air Force is 400,000 people. I have 11,000 that clicked yes on this channel, whether or not they joined or not. A large percentage of that is probably Air Force personnel. I have thousands of people in the Air Force that care what I think, or cared what I think or thought at one point, and they clicked the button. Potentially, I have access to their email. I have access to YouTube, where they spend time. The point is, networking is not as hard as you think it is. It's a lot easier than you think it is. But it starts with giving. The worst type of networker or person who wants something from someone else is someone who just simply asks and returns nothing in return. You just got your hand out. Yo, can you do this? Can you help me with this? Can you give me this? Can you email me this? Can you look this up? That's not networking. Networking is giving first. Giving first, and then one day you can ask. Most YouTube channels are built on giving. Free advice, free content, free this, and then one day they slide in the description and let me support this. Let me donate this. Let me buy this. It's just how it works.